So I said this in other talks, but I thought this is a good way of, it's a good place in this particular talk as well. Margaret Thatcher, the previous Prime Minister of Britain, said that thoughts, words, actions, habits, characters, destiny. What it means is that whether we use our mind properly or not, it follows this. Our thoughts will become our words. Our words will become actions, consistent doing what we want, what we are doing. We're consistent doing what consistent actioning becomes a habit. Once we have that habit, it will define our character. So our character is based on our habit. Our character defines us. Now put that in a Christian context. If our thoughts are with God, our words would be godly, our actions would be godly, our habits would be godly, our character will surely be godly. Our destiny, therefore, will surely be heaven. That's as sure as the sun rises in the east. This will always be the case. You cannot have godly thoughts and end up in hell. It will it's not logical. If you have godly thoughts, you always have godly words, you have godly actions, habits, characters, and destiny. It's just a natural flow of things. So that's why what it means to love God with all our minds is important, because mind you, my brothers and sisters, have you not noticed that sometimes you cannot control your mind? Sometimes you just end up thinking something else when you are meant to be thinking something else. Like, for example, if you step back and try to recollect what you have in mind in the last day, it may not be the thoughts that you want your mind to go through. That's why it's very important to protect our mind. Now this is the last one. What it means to love God with all our strength? This means giving all our resources, our time, money, energy, possession, gifts, and abilities. That again is quite big words. Imagine this means giving all our resources, not just half, not just 10% of our salary. This is based on we are God's creation, right? He owns us. What we claim as ours is actually His. That's the fundamental basis of this means giving all our resources. Concrete ways we can love God with our resources: money, develop proper attitudes towards money, which means that in Matthew 6:21, where your treasure is, there will your heart. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So in other words, where you put your energy, that's where your heart belongs. You cannot put your energy on good things and then your heart is somewhere else. Concrete steps. So in a community, just like in other Christian community, we have tithes and almsgiving. Concrete ways we can love God with our resources. In terms of time. So it's essential that we have proper attitude about time, which means that we don't which means that we don't own our time, we barely manage it. So we have to be generous with our time. So, like for example, us being here, that's being generous with our time. We can't be somewhere else, but we are here. Concrete application. Seek God's direction on how you are to spend your time. Examine your free time, volunteer to do Christian service. So, actually, loving God with all our strength, part of that is time. Being here, again, is part and parcel of giving or loving God with all our strength. Like, all of us here are not paid. The service team is not paid. But we are here, we volunteer to do Christian service. The examining your free time means determine where you spend your free time. If it is spent on something ungodly, then that's not aligned with loving God with all your strength. Loving God, as I mentioned, is very high ideal. But Jesus Christ is our model. At least we have someone we can follow. He has dedicated to accomplishing his mission. He was obedient unto death, so even though he knows he will die at the cross, but he accepted it. He is obedient to his Father after he is dead. He was constantly seeking the will of the Father. So, these are the things that Jesus showed us when he was here. And that could be our model of how Christian ideal, loving God, should be how we as Christian be able to love God. So to recap, God wants us to make loving Him our greatest ideals, because God made it into a commandment of the highest priority. So although this part here is quite a challenging task because of its requirement, but that is His command. So we are to love God with all our heart, which means not an emotion which is changeable, but rather a commitment, a decision to love. We are to be totally committed to God, to put Him first. We need to have a personal relationship with Him and spend regular time with Him in prayer and in the Bible. So that's to love God with all our heart. It's not an emotion. It's a total commitment to put Him first, and we need to have a personal relationship with Him. We are to love God with all our mind. So in that, we are to serve God with the use of our mind. We keep our mind clean and holy. We are to keep our mind according to God's truth and not according to the ways of the world. We preoccupy our mind with things of God. We protect and serve our mind from unholy influences. We are to love God with our strength, which means we give God our resources. We give God all our resources. So that's time, money, energy, gift, abilities, possession. Big words, right? all our resources, all our possessions, our abilities, our gifts, our energy. Jesus our model in loving God. So He is our model in how to love God. So He is dedicated to accomplishing His mission. He is obedient until death. He is constantly seeking the will of the Father. So in conclusion, loving God is not as vague and impractical as we think. Rather, it involves specific, practical actions, decisions, and commitment. So loving God with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our strength is not vague and impractical as we think. Rather, it involves specific actions or specific practical actions, decisions, and commitment. But we cannot do it merely by deciding to do it. What will make it possible is the power of the Holy Spirit. It's the power of God within us which make it possible. So, I mentioned quite often during the talk that this talk is quite a high idea. Loving God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. It's quite very high. But again, these things are not possible without the help of the Holy Spirit. That's it. Thank you.